Hi Scorpio, welcome to your end of August 2022 general tarot reading. It's Rena here. I just got that for another sign. Gemini. Okay. So Scorpio's being asked to, I think Scorpio, you're being asked to, it's not just about controlling your emotions, it's about being able to walk and chew gum at the same time, being able to detach from a particular situation in your life and still remain your still retain your humanity. I'm talking about the Queen of Swords, so I'll get to that in a minute, because some of you may have a tendency to kind of burn bridges and be like, I'm going to punish this person by cutting them out of my life altogether. That'll show them what they did to me. And there's kind of a vengeful streak sometimes, or just that very strong emotion that comes through. And the Queen of Swords is not the same thing as the King of Swords. The King of Swords is definitely more detached, but the Queen of Swords is like being able to hold on to, like, even people that you consider your enemies. Think of times that they may have helped you, or think of other people that they've helped and good that they have done. Sometimes people who have been abused by somebody, or taken advantage of, whatever you want to call it, they go on a campaign, to smear campaign. I mean, it's really not, you might not look at it as smearing, because you might say, well, it's 100% accurate. Everything that I tell people that this individual did to me is not a lie. But the problem is that it's coming from a vindictive place. It's not coming from, like, if you want to warn someone, don't get involved with this individual, I can tell you horror stories. That's a totally different situation, and the energetics of it bear it out, because it's not coming from a place of wanting to drag somebody through the mud. It's really about protecting others from this individual. The heart of the matter is the Eight of Pentacles. Some of you may be getting some kind of training to improve your skill set. You may be in an apprenticeship program or an internship. You could be just like kind of embracing the ability to have this work at this time, and it feels really good to be able to do that. It's a good money card for you. And in personal relationships, you may be trying to do everything you can think of, Scorpio, to make somebody want to be in the relationship, engage you more. Because when I think of this, and this is not meant to be like a love reading specifically, but when I think of this card, I think of somebody who might be trying too hard to make somebody love them or be interested in them, and they've made it their mission, but it's not necessarily going to lead to a mutual interest that the other person has for you. In the past position, we have the Star card, so your prayers may have been answered about a work-related matter, and now you're making more money, and you may feel good from that perspective, that you're doing well. Scorpio. And this is something that you had to just completely trust that the universe had your back, because you may not have seen any kind of signs that you were going to get this happening. Whether it's like a new assignment that challenges you, takes up more of your time, or whatever. Like, this could be creative, a creative pursuit. It doesn't matter. It's something that you're working very hard in, and you're striving for excellence. The higher message is the Devil card. Be careful about someone who may be trying to wrestle control. This is the higher message. So I usually read this in a more philosophical way. And yet this can be somebody that is really on your mind right now. When I think of the Eight of Pentacles, maybe even perfectionism, trying too hard in relationships to please somebody whose whole position is, you can never please me, because that's how they maintain control over someone. They act as if that person is incapable of truly pleasing them. So don't get sucked into that. The Eight of Pentacles can be about that. What crosses you is the Seven of Cups, and this is a card of wishful thinking, muddled thinking. So again, what are you putting your energy into, Scorpio? Put your energy into things that you personally can invest energy and decide how you're going to do that. When we try to do that with other people, they're not something that can be controlled. So it's not even worthwhile attempting to control situations that involve people. There might be, the Devil card can relate to somebody who's an addict, including alcoholism. So if you're a Scorpio person who is in recovery, that was one of the early things I got as well. And you're kind of like trying to get into a wholesome environment where you are putting in a hard day's work. You have to, there's a thing in AA, it says people, places, and things. So you have to make sure that you're not around other people who are using. And that could be what the Seven of Cups is. And you may not even realize it. It's almost like you have to vet people, because you might think you're hanging out with somebody who's become a platonic friend, and all of a sudden they pull out the bong, or the, hey, let's go to the bar or something, and you never saw it coming, and they could be tempting you without meaning to. What's coming in is the Six of Cups. This is a card of kind of like a blast from the past, dealing with childhood, but on the more idyllic side, something that feels like it reminds you of home. It could be going home, could be going back to where you came from. Maybe that Eight of Pentacles is like the training that you're doing is finished, and then you're going to go back home to touch base with people from your past, Oh, and right, I mean, we just had a full moon in Aquarius. That's your fourth house of home and family. That's the house that we're talking about here. The outcome is the Queen of Swords. So it might be something that you've had to really stay detached with, because some of it may be, you know, I think of the fourth house as the mother, and you may connect the dots when it comes to your mother and say to yourself, oh, now I get why such and such happened, or why she was the way she was. And it can be a revelation, but by the same token, it might feel a little bit strange, like you don't know how to handle it. And when things are brought up, dredged up, you know, Scorpio's a water sign, so that can make it even more so that you are, I don't want to say triggered, but that you find yourself reliving past experiences. And you have to kind of be the witness. With the Queen of Swords, you're the witness not only of yourself and your own reactions, but also other people, so that you're able to not jump to conclusions about their motives and see their motives as suspect, but that they're coming from that same kind of vulnerability. Okay, that's what I have for you. I hope that this resonated. If you would like a personal reading, the link is below. Take care. Bye.